Hello, my name is Scott Davis. Welcome to New World Birth. This is the care and feeding of a New World Age report for the Gregorian date of March 28th, 2016 in one Ban or Reed or Corn in the Mayan Zolkin calendar, with Venus entering Aries, followed by Mercury entering Taurus and the Aries New Moon. March 28th is one Ban or Reed or Corn, and it carries the themes of growth, sustenance, journeying new directions, photosynthesis, protector of home and family, sharing with others, peace, harmony, and order, strength in being flexible, the crusader or champion, and the world tree energy that connects heaven and earth. And Quetzalcoatl, the god king feathered serpent, was prophesied to return in the year of one Reed. And Quetzalcoatl is credited for replacing human sacrifice with flowers and songs and meditation. And the reed connects light energy with earth energy, which is in an integration of multidimensional existence. This Trisenda is a good time to be grateful for family and home. So share your most precious home, your open and loving heart. And since we begin a new Gregorian month during this Trisenda, I thought I would discuss the metaphysics of the upcoming month. April is the fourth month, and with the digits of 2016, when we add them together, we get 13, and then we add the 1 and the 3, and it tells us that we're in a 13-4 month in numerology. And basic numerology reduces numbers to 1 through 9. And so when we think about that arc, the 4 represents a time which brings integration of creative energy from the third month, March, as we experience April's events and complete what has begun over the past 3 months. The fourth month is about organization and planning as we move towards the peak of the cycle during the 5 month of May. And the 13-4 combination is represented by the Death and Emperor Tarot cards, which is about releasing the unnecessary and the obstacles to moving forward on our path to ultimately empower others through our example of selflessness and enlightened leadership. The death card in the Tarot could be described from this quote from Mahatma Gandhi: "Birth and death are not different states, they are different aspects of the same state." And the Death Tarot card is also the Scorpio card in Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck. And in April, both the Scorpionic traditional ruler Mars and the modern ruler Pluto turn retrograde a day apart from each other, and also Mercury turns retrograde. So we have us reviewing information before our final ascent, so that we can move to the next level of manifestation. And John Hyder describes the Emperor energetic in the Tao of leadership. Enlightened leadership is service and not selfishness. The leader grows more and lasts longer by placing the well-being of all above the well-being of self alone. So in April, we are engaged in letting go of baggage and completing tasks so that our load is lighter, leading by example to empower others through service as we plan and organize to reach May's summit, representing breakthrough, freedom, and change as the 5 month in numerology. And before we get into the daily energy for one Ben, on the 28th, all the planets appear to be moving forward from our perspective here on the Earth, with the exception of Jupiter and Saturn, which appear to be moving retrograde or in reverse motion. And remember, the themes of retrograde planets are about review of the past, reevaluate, reminisce, and we can see these themes being played out. Jupiter was the king of the gods, and the planet is about good fortune, opportunities, faith, religion, beliefs, and expansion. And Jupiter is in Virgo, which is about organization, health, and service. And mostly what I find with Jupiter retrograde, as with any retrograde cycle, there's a review of the past. And with Jupiter, what gets reviewed are missed opportunities. And then we've got retrograde Saturn in Sagittarius, which delays success until perseverance and patience are learned. Sagittarius themes are travel, education, adventure, expanding our horizons, and planning for upcoming experiences. Saturn brings brings the details to the grand overview of Sagittarius. Saturn retrograde is really kind of a taskmaster that demands that we take responsibility to review our beliefs while in Sagittarius. So let's look at the daily vibrational energy for the Trecena. March 28th is one Ben, or reed, or corn, which is about unity experienced through maintaining the home in the Mayan Zoltine calendar. I'm not going to be covering the daily lunar activities in these reports other than new and full moons, but that information is available on the New World Birth Daily Facebook post and also on the blogger New World Birth blog. The 29th is 2-ish, or Jaguar, duality experience through enjoying nature. While we have Mercury in a trine to Saturn. So from our perspective here on the Earth, Mercury is forming a 120-degree angle to Saturn. So they're both in fire signs of Aries and Sagittarius. Saturn supporting Mercury, which may bring our thoughts to more serious concerns. This brings concentration and attention to details. This is careful energy to be methodical and painstaking. This is a good day for organizing your environment or your life from a conservative, practical perspective, and counsel from an elder is favored under this influence, or you may just want to be alone in your thoughts. March 30th is 3 Men, or Eagle, and this is about taking action through seeing from a higher perspective. And at this point, we have Mercury in a square to Pluto. So from our perspective here on the Earth, Mercury is at a 90-degree angle to Pluto, which may have folks can be obsessing about some thought or idea. So it's important in conversations to be open to other viewpoints and not be forceful in getting others to agree with our beliefs. This may be a time when we experience one thought that dominates the day and leaves little room for anything else. This energy can easily provoke arguments over things that won't seem important in a few days. So if you use this energy to explore your inner world, it can bring light into something that was hidden in the depths of our psyches. It's great energy for studying subjects that deal with covert or hidden aspects such as psychology, magic, or the occult, as well as meditation and yoga to unveil the possibilities of human potential. And then also on the 30th, Venus merges with Chiron and Pisces, which brings us deeper awareness of being vulnerable in our relationships, and which in turn makes us aware of past wounds related to love and money, with the ultimate goal to heal what has been exposed. And then the 31st is 4 Key, or Wisdom, which is about stability through introspection, meditation, and forgiveness. And at this point, we have Mercury conjunct Uranus. So from our perspective here on the Earth, Mercury and Uranus are at the same degree of Aries, which combines an interaction between planets, a planet, Mercury, with its higher octave planet, Uranus. So we have Mercury, the mind, and Uranus, the higher mind, which can be very exciting as our personal awareness is expanded into larger consciousness of the universal mind. This is very fast energy in thinking and communications, which could lead to quantum leaps of faith. Or on the other side, people could be getting overwhelmed by all this new information. People also may be more prone to accidents as they're moving too fast to be cautious. April 1st is 5 Kaban, or Earth, empowerment through gratitude for Mother Earth in the Mayan Zolkin calendar. The second is 6 Etsnob, or Flint, being in the flow through being introspective. April 3rd is 7 Kawak, or Storm, in the Zolkin calendar, which is about reflection through recognizing the gifts in adversity. The 4th is 8 Ahau, or Sun, balance through honoring the wisdom and memory of our ancestors. And then April 5th 5th is 9 Emish, or crocodile. Patience experienced through nurturing new beginnings. And at this point, we have Venus entering into Aries. Venus in Aries is continuing to bring energy to burst forward on a new path. This time it's about relationships, and brings new hope or a new lease on life, but also conflicts over individual needs and the needs of the relationship. As Venus is in its detriment in Aries, as its opposite the sign it rules of Libra. And also on the 5th, that Mercury moves into Taurus, which, due to turning retrograde on April 28th, this is going to last almost 10 weeks in Taurus until Mercury goes into Gemini on June 12th. Mercury in Taurus slows down communication and stabilizes thinking to be more practical and constructive. And then also on the 5th, we have the Sun in a trine to Saturn. So from our perspective here on the Earth, the Sun and Saturn are at a 120-degree angle to each other, which emphasizes great opportunities related to our environment and examining our lives and the structures we build them upon. We may be reviewing habits, home situations, work, anything else as we consider important to find practical solutions. This transit is good for doing work that requires planning, discipline, and self-control, from which there is an opportunity to derive great satisfaction from doing such work. It's also good for organization and making plans to order your affairs and arrange them accordingly, due to this energetic being very thorough and meticulous, from which our efforts will achieve lasting results. You may want to undertake an intellectual discipline or technique that requires attention to detail and concentration during this time period. And then on the 6th, excuse me, we have a 10 Eek, or wind, manifestation through communication. And at this point, we have the Sun in a square to Pluto. From our perspective here on the Earth, the Sun is forming a 90-degree angle with Pluto, which brings a tense time period when the Sun activates the separating Uranus-Pluto square. A square between the Sun and Pluto brings powerful forces that tell us from within and without. These tests may lead us to radical changes in some area of our life that has not been working very well. It can also be very beneficial for letting go of old patterns or behaviors that come up for examination at this time. Holding on to what is not working will just make your life more difficult. This transit also indicates that persons in authority may demand that we account for our action or even ourselves. And some people will abuse this power that they are wielding under. Abuse the power that they are wielding under this influence. It also indicates a breakthrough of situation, a breakdown of situations and machinery. So no matter what your experience, something will make you aware that it needs fixing, and my advice is to fix it, whether it's a machine, a relationship, a behavior, or a pattern that no longer works. April 7th is 11 Akbal, or night, which is about resolution through contemplating the stars. And at this point, we have the Aries New Moon at 18 degrees 4 minutes, supported by Saturn, challenged by Pluto, merging with the Sun and Uranus. The Moon trine Saturn brings a sober, realistic view of life, while the square to Pluto has us having the compulsion to act in ways that may not be good for us in the long run. And conjunct Uranus could have people feeling impulsive and acting rashly, with moods changing quickly and unexpectedly. New moons bring an opportunity to set an intention for manifestation on the following full moon. So you want to look at the house of your astrology chart that contains 18 degrees of Aries to consider what area of your life is being activated by this new moon. For me, this would be my 11th house of hopes and dreams, but also of friends and groups. So I would set an intention related to using this energy to further dreams and friendships. If you were able to use the Pisces new moon solar eclipse to let go of past relationship situations and beliefs that no longer serve you, this new moon in Aries is calling you to embrace your true self and move forward in new directions unencumbered. The 8th is 12 con or seed or lizard. This is about understanding through planting seeds and making new connections in the Mayan Zolkin calendar. April 9th is 13 Chichan or serpent, movement to the next stage through being flexible. And I think that that's really excellent advice because at this point we have the sun conjunct Uranus. So from our perspective here on the Earth, we have the sun at the same degree of Aries as Uranus. The day will be full of surprises, but also unexpected disruptions. This energy brings, this transit brings the energy that wants freedom from the daily routine to explore your inner self and explore activities to make you feel more alive. This can be a good day to get out of a rut or break a habit. Those folks who are identified with routine and probably will be uncomfortable with disruption to their preordained plans, with struggle as this transit pushes us to depart from our entrenched expectations that ultimately lead to dreary, lifeless experience. Flexibility will be greatly enhance your experience of this day. So it might be a day to plan to do something different on a global or local as well as personal scale. This is the merging of illumination with rebellion in the sign of the individual. So we may see folks strike out against people, governments, and systems of oppression and other unbearable restrictions. The spectrum of this energetic is from liberation on one end to impulsive, rash behavior on the other hand, with great potential for accidents. It's a day to avoid dangerous situations and activities, particularly if you're feeling anxious or overly excited. No matter what energies are affecting you during the one read Trecena, take some time to be in the flow of the planet by being in nature or watching a sunrise or a sunset, communing with the stars, being conscious of the moment through introspection, meditation, or being with somebody you truly love. Every day is a blessing, no matter what dramas beckon to distract us. And I believe that we're all here giving the performance of a lifetime on this world stage. Just take some time to observe your play as well as act your part by remembering you're a spiritual being that is having a human experience. I want to thank you for checking out New World Birth. The next segment of the care and feeding of a new world age will be on April 10th for one Kimi or transformation, with Mars turning retrograde followed by Pluto turning retrograde, the Sun entering Taurus, and the Scorpio full moon. You can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and the Mayan Magics website, and I encourage you to share this information as videos or as text as widely as you choose. And I invite you to contact me at newworldbirth@yahoo.com if you have any questions or wish to schedule a reading. And I am providing readings and wish to make this service available to the greatest amount of folks. So I've created 3 options with 3 levels of compensation. So if you've been thinking about getting a reading, please contact me. I would love to provide you a reading during these uncertain times. You'll need to be able to either call me in Maine in the USA, or we can connect with Skype to receive your reading. We're also accepting donations to keep these reports freely available. And as always, I am blessed. that you've taken the time to connect with my passion for these ancient mysteries and their application to our journey during this incarnation. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste, in Lakesh, and look forward to connecting with you next time. All my best to everybody.